I want to show a video, one of many I get. I mean, I get a lot of videos on social media, a lot of synchronicity. So, it's very spiritually orientated. I'm aware of like prophecy. If anyone sees my content, which I know they don't because my views are ridiculously low, I understand the deep reason for it. I get petulant. I get really fed up. But, like I said, I innately know the reason why, and I know the breakthrough will come. But it does get frustrating, of course. I just want to show, like I said, I want to show a video. I've had loads of this. Like, I don't always share everything now with my spirituality and the signs I receive because they're more for me. But even I scroll on a lot of the time because I just get sick of hearing it. You just want to see progress. So, like, once it's come up and it says you're such a special soul, your essence is rare. I've got about maybe 30 seconds, a minute in. I thought I'd stop and just share the video as I experience it because I just want people to understand that even if it seems like someone has all the answers, believe me, I don't think anyone has all the answers. It's like I have solid direction. I have absolute faith and like belief in my journey. I'm wavering, but I still get fed up just like everybody else. Still have low days and low moments, and I still have to try and figure out like how the hell am I going to get out of this situation? How the hell am I going to grow this? Like time moves forward for all of us, and it's not as wonderful as it is to receive a sign and say things are all going to work out. It's like, yeah, but when? Because not being funny, I'm missing seasons here. And I suffer with that just like everybody else does. I'm a very analytical person. So, for instance, I love spring, summer. They're nice periods. I hate fall and winter in the UK. It's just unbearable because it just gets dark so early and it just changes the whole vibe and mood. So, like, it's almost like life closes in on those periods. It's not fun. So, like, for instance, if your finances are tight or something's going on in your life during the positive seasons, you recognize that year's going to waste pretty quick. And soon it's going to be dark and miserable again. And upon that reflection, you think, okay, let's say you live to 60. No, you can't guarantee what age you live to. If you think about it season-wise, that means you only get 60 springs in your life. And I think like that a lot. So, look how fast that spring went. Well, that's one down, and you think you missed most of them because you was in childhood. So you don't get, as an adult, you don't get that many. And that's how I look at it. I know most people look at it in terms of years and decades and things. I look at it like a lot of time in seasons, and it's like I like spring. I'd like to have more of them, please. So I mean, like I've missed really, I've missed the quality of life this year on spring, and it actually it bothers me so much because you've got another year to wait for the next one to come. So anyway. Just a reflection.
You are such a special soul. Like, your faith, your love, your essence, it's irresistible. It's undeniable. It's magnetic. It's like you're here to bring love. You're here to bring truth. You're here to bring light. You're here to bring source essence back to people who feel lost. I just keep seeing you, and it's like, it's not that you're even carrying a torch. It's like your heart, your soul is a torch, and you've experienced a lot. We have the Wheel of Fortune, and they show me as if the card is just constantly spinning. You've experienced your share of shadow, your share of darkness, and you've remained so pure throughout that. It's not that you're devoid of your own shadow, is what Spirit wants to make clear, but it's that you've sat with the darkness, you've sat with the pain long enough.
Like a point in there, like I had a gifted person say to me that a lighthouse. So when I see the sign of a lighthouse, it's quite significant. I'm not going to talk about the vision. You can read it in my books. I think I give too much antidotes from the books and things, and people can learn about it themselves. But anyway, lighthouse is significant, and it's all right being other people's lighthouse. So maybe their inspiration, their guiding light to an extent. No, not for everyone, of course, but people who are healing. And they're going through similar situations. But it's kind of like that, but who's my lighthouse? So I have to go within and be my own guiding light. And I think people sleep on that. I don't think people realize how hard it gets. Because like I self-doubt sometimes, not for long. I'm very, very direct. And I know if I feel something, I see that's the thing with me. I lean on everything I feel. So maybe I give a way forward and it helps people maybe discern what's best for them based on maybe how I've traversed. But I mean, I have to just get on with it, but I just follow my heart, you know? So even if I look at the material, the superficial, if you like, and because we all have desires and it's things I would want. And yet I don't, materialistically, I don't get luxuries that much, you know? I still get some things because I just refuse to just have nothing, and it makes my life hard as a consequence. But I'm like, I don't care. I'm not having nothing. Again, that petulant side comes out. But like, so there are moments when I think you're so. I do it to myself, you know. I'm like that. I think you're such an idiot. You should have done that. You should have took that opportunity. You should have done that. You should have done it. There's moments when I do that, and that's only because I'm looking at the things I'm missing out on, and it's like, you could have had that. You could have had that. And then on the other side of that, my mind just immediately switches. Well, you couldn't, because you would have lost this. You would have lost that. You'd have lost this. In terms of your mental function, you know, your freedom, effectively, it's like you can give up so much of yourself, and you could have that opportunity, and life would be easier as a consequence, but you'd be so miserable on the other side of it. So it's like that opportunity is tied to my misery. So, well, I can't. So even when I like berate myself very slightly, not for long, because I innately know it's not good enough. It's not for me. I'm not taking those sort of opportunities, you know. But like I said, time keeps moving on, and it feels like nothing's progressing here. And I just have to keep having faith that ultimately the decisions I make, whilst not always going to be great or beneficial in the short term, there's a long-term goal here. But like I say, it doesn't always help you in the moment, you know.
Learn how to love your shadow. And a piece of your purpose here is to show others how to love theirs. You're really meant to lead in some capacity. They keep saying platform. So I'm assuming that means social platform, some sort of social community. But you might even go on to speak or teach. Oh my God, we have the Ace of Cups. What did I say? That's literally you here to share the love, to bring back joy. When people feel entirely devoid, when people feel all they see is darkness, it's like...
I'll tell you what I do like doing, and it happens quite a lot. It didn't happen there. A lot of time when people are talking, a word will pop into my head, and I'll either say it out loud or I'll just be thinking it, and then I'll wait, and I'll let them talk. And a lot of the time they say the word I'm thinking, and I always smile at that. I'm like, so that's that gift, really. But yeah, when she said that, the word harmony was just coming to my mind. I thought, okay, bring harmony to people. But she didn't actually say that, so I'm sort of like, Anyway, I just thought that little bit of whimsy there.
Like you walk in with this light. Oh, that's going to make me emotional. And then I see you through your pain. It's like you touch their heart and you find the light in them when they can't find it in themselves. You're making me cry. So it's like Spirit is showing me just your essence. And again, how much you've dealt with. We have judgment, so much accountability. Your guides are talking about radical responsibility lately, or realizing how accountable you must be. How accountable you've been for change. You were dealt a really harsh hand in life, is what Spirit is saying. But they almost show me you looking at that hand. And it's like you had aces up your sleeve. That's what they're saying with the Ace of Cups. You always had the Ace of Hearts up your sleeve. You had all of the aces. We have the Emperor coming out here. Such a powerful energy. You might have really heavy Aries placements. Some of you might have Aries like midheaven. Aries south node feels very particular though. That would mean a Libra north node. Here to overcome independence or like extreme separation from others. Your home life was likely very, very difficult. Here to overcome that independence or hermit energy, needing to do everything on your own, and to balance in that Libra. So Aries and Libra energy are very significant here for you. But you're here to restore. What I say, you have aces up your sleeve. We just had another ace. We have the Ace of Pentacles coming out. What else here, Spirit? I can't even pick them up. King of Wands energy to bring back that fire, that spark. Such an inspiring
We said the Aries and Libra. I don't have Aries and Libra. I have Sagittarius and Capricorn on that side of my chart.
Leader. Spirit wants to thank you. This is a message of thanks. This is a message to honor you, to let you know how highly regarded you are by your ancestors, your team. Despite it all, you never allowed what you were handed or what you were born into to
define you,
to hold you, is what Spirit is saying. There were many times it felt like it would, or many times you found it hard to break free, or many times you thought what you experienced and what you felt would break you. But Spirit shows me that transmutation, that change. I just want to split the deck and see what happens. Exactly the 10 of Swords. So much pain, betrayal, guilt, loss, grief. But the High Priestess, this is almost, and the Empress, this is almost what led you to the level of empathy and care that you have for another. You have aces up your sleeve, my love. You're so much luckier than you realize. And all the love you've given to other people, all the light you've restored in others, all the faith.
I get that a lot. You're so lucky. I'm like, yeah, I'm so lucky. What do I have? I have nothing. I only have my own company. I have tangible things that I've amassed, as I call it, a distraction. I like the things I do have, but they're merely a distraction in life, though. It's almost like your comfort blanket. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like the things just to give you comfort. But I think I get a lot of signs as well. There's certain people who follow my journey and they're jealous, and I'm thinking of what could you possibly be jealous of? Like, it makes no sense to me at all. If you're jealous of my confidence in myself, maybe my connection to source and spirit, it's like, those are things people can work on themselves, though. So I think to just be jealous of that just means you're just insecure and lazy, really, because it's like if you just invest in yourself and grow that connection, then you become your purest self. So there's no reason you can't elevate yourself, though. So my finances, nothing to be proud of. Romantic connections, nothing to be proud of. Partnerships, collaborations, nothing to be proud of. I'm literally a lone wolf, I'm doing my own thing. So, yeah, I think the idea that anyone's jealous, I just don't get it at all, to be honest. I just think, of what? That's my answer all the time. It's of what? Of what? I don't get it. Of what? Like, I don't have anything. I'm literally sitting here alone, recording a video, and I'll spend the rest of my night alone, and I'll spend tomorrow alone. I'll spend the rest of my week alone. I'll spend the next 6 weeks alone. And finally, I'll spend a very short period with my daughter. Time allotted to us, really, for the summer holidays. And then she'll leave. And it'll be at least 6 weeks to 3 months before we spend time together, depending on whether we spend time in the half-term holidays between school, because of the distance between us, and she has a lot on her plate with school and things. So that's the highlight of my life. Like, I could get emotional, I'm not going to. So, yeah, jealous of what? I don't get it.
You've brought back the believing. Spirit is saying all of the energy you've given is just about to return to you tenfold. You're coming into a very, very abundant, very lucky season of your life, and you're at a karmic threshold at this point. And Spirit says all you've done will be rewarded. So they just want to thank you. You really are a light. And you really are meant to touch lives of people you'll never even meet. The umbrella of your voice, your essence, your purity. I know this sounds dramatic, but it really is changing the world.
I get fed up hearing it. I really do. It's like, I want to see change. I want to see progress. I deserve happiness. I deserve opportunity. I shouldn't be suffering like I do, So yeah, I just get fed up. It's like everything I do hit a brick wall. It's a roadblock every time. I can't get views. I can't get my finances improving. I can't seem to get that romantic connection, because I'm not a desperate person. I want the romantic connection. But it's like, what's the point of the universe giving me someone at 60? At that point, I wouldn't even accept it. I'll be just like, there's no point. If I've got that far alone, forget it. I don't. I'm done at that point. I'm not always going to give. I'm not always going to accept the hand spirit gives me. Everything's for a reason. It's part of your journey. But I also recognize an awful lot of journey I can do alone. So maybe that's not their will, and maybe they have other plans. But pissed me off enough piss me off enough, and I'll just do it my own way. And even if I only achieve half of what I'm supposed to do, so it shouldn't have made my life that hard. I'm all about justice, and I hold even the universe accountable. I understand there's a purpose, which again, that spiritual side comes in. But when something is an incredible injustice, I'll put up with it for a while. And then eventually I'll take matters into my own hands. And I'll just down tools. So if the universe doesn't give me a breakthrough at some point, this isn't an ultimatum to them. They're fully aware because they know everything. I'll just stop. And it's not giving up. It'll be a case of, I've given so much to the world. And if the universe didn't want to put it in front of people, then it's not my problem. You could have opened the door. You could have let me thrive, and I could have helped more people. Don't make me suffer continually and then expect me to help everybody else, because at that point, I've just given up. You have to find someone else. And that's the reality. So the work will still be there. So people can read, maybe the people read the books after I've gone. It's like, that's the will of the spirit. You know, I played my part. That's my point. I played my part. So, I don't see how there's any more I could do, you know. If you take that down, look, I've got my books. I've put so much effort. I've got 6 books to my name. I still have the others in development, but the motivation just isn't there. I don't want to work on them right now. I recognize if I put a month of hard graft into it, like genuine graft, nothing else, just do the books. Each one could come out in a month or so, and that'd be another book. I don't even have the willpower to do it. I don't even want to do it. I started doing it. I got through about 5 chapters of editing, and I'd just rather chill out and enjoy myself. I've given up trying so hard when I've got absolutely nothing in return. I'm proud of what I've done already. So for me, like I've always said, everything else is a bonus. So I don't want to make this all about me and all about this progress, but I'm just trying to show the journey there. It's just, I've had enough, you know. I still make myself front and center. I still talk on topics that irritate me because I think it's important that we don't hide in the shadows, that if there's something that we think should change in the world, you speak up about it. You don't, you know, I mean, there's too many people who, I don't know. I mean, either they're too vulnerable, they just don't have the strength or willpower to speak up, or they're just self-serving. It's like, I'm not interested in that shit. I don't care about the repercussions to my life. I could not give a shit. Anyone watches me, I mean, you'd figure that out. I will not be silenced on any topic. I will talk about what I want, when I want. And I really couldn't give a shit. A lot of time I have problems uploading to certain platforms. And I don't let them suppress me, even if they're going to suppress the video after. Maybe they make it 4 views. Still out there. I'll just keep resubmitting it until they accept it. I'm not doing it. People say, if you see the other earlier, I've had it a few times where my videos, they literally malfunction while I'm recording. And that's either negative spirits or spirit trying to prevent me from doing it because maybe they don't want me talking on it. And I'm like, well, I'm talking about it, mate. So just back the fuck off. And I'm like that with spirit sometimes. I'm like, don't even try and interfere with this shit because I'm doing it now. And I'm aware of the consequences that can come to my life, believe me. But free speech is everything. Our freedom should be, we should be prioritizing freedom above everything, you know? If you live a shell of who you are, you're not living. So you should never allow anyone to have power and dominion over you, you know? Something I will never allow. So there's a case of, oh, you shouldn't do that because I could not give a shit. Could not care less. I will do what I want to do. So let's have a look. Because I was going to have a look at maybe have a look at any more videos. There's favorite ones. Favorite ones are the ones I usually have because I want to talk about a topic. But so we could go through some. Let's go through some of my like videos because that'd be interesting. I think. Just while we do this video, if anyone's interested, got this far, because and honestly, I can never say how long I'm going to create content for. Like I say, I'm at the point where I'm getting beautiful signs from source, from spirit, but science isn't giving me willpower. Science isn't helping me right now. So I could literally stop making content at any point and just chilling out because I'm at a period of life where I'm just like, I'm looking forward and it's like, this doesn't make sense. You know, sometimes like I want to spend time with my daughter, for instance. I want to have a good time with her. The holidays are fast approaching and I won't even have the finances to do anything. Like I'd love to take on holiday. Can't do that. At least want days out and let's enjoy ourselves. Have snacks and shit. This is going to be really hard. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to travel at this point to even collect her and stuff because it's a long distance. How the hell am I going to sustain this? And it's like, I've done enough work to not have to live like this, you know? I'm not going to go into that, but I just want people to understand the depth of where my resentment comes. and how frustrated I am. It's like I said, it's all right, you being a guiding light in some areas for people, but it's like, who's my guiding light? Where's my support? Anyway. So let's start some further back. I'm trying to do where we don't get music, because if we go too far back, we're going to get music. I think we might do some of these, because I want to show people maybe a little bit where my head's at, because this is really what... You can actually see that in my reposts. Maybe we do reposts instead of likes. I think reposts might miss some of the other ones. Let's go through the likes for now. I don't want to go too far back. Blah, blah, blah. This might be a good start.
Give me all your garbage and your gold. Someone loves you just the way you are. And you're not the shiniest. Okay, I'm seeing like a vintage store, a china cabinet, and all this fine china. And then there's this quirky ornamental piece. That's you. What is up, collective? It is Christine.
So yeah, anyway, that's nice. People see you people see you for who you are. I like that.
You guys are not going to have to juggle anything anymore. You guys are not going to have to juggle anything anymore. Okay, whether that be a 9 to 5, a side hustle, your children, your responsibilities, you guys are not going to have to juggle.
This one's interesting. 444 duration. You probably can't see that on the screen there. Oh, you probably can't see anyway. Yeah, 444 at the very bottom there. Crazy.
Things anymore. There is something shifting in your life that's going to put you at ease permanently.
You're triggering a lot of people as of late.
Oh, and then 444 in the next.
You're triggering people's insecurities when you walk into a room. You don't even have to say anything and people get bothered. It's your energy, your aura, your personality. People get intimidated by you. And I honestly feel like you feel like it's more than usual is what I'm saying. And if this resonates for you, this is definitely your reading. You need to be very protective of your aura.
You are about to be rich. Like, you are about to strike gold.
This gets annoying.
Is a business opportunity or some type of job opportunity that is coming toward you, and it is going to take off with a bang. You are going to have so much money that you are not going to know what to.
Senator Lindsey Graham wrote on X, "Hope Greta and..."
This is Greta Thunberg on her expedition to get to Gaza. And there's a lot of keen interest in this because Israel is saying they are not allowing her, no matter what, to reach her destination. And they have a history of attacking ships with drones and things. So it's incredible, really, because of her status. It's risky for them. But then they don't really care about human life, do they? So, yeah. So I think I'll repost that one.
It's a lot of people sitting back, observing you at this time, watching you, and they simply cannot believe what they are seeing. You are becoming larger than life. No one ever expected you to blow up this big. They never expected you to become very successful. But
where's the success?
You have a massive effect when you walk into the room. It's like when you walk into the room, the spotlight that other people thought was on them turns out to be a paper moon. Because when you walk in, it's obvious the sun is shining on you. Everybody just...
I keep hearing end of the line, dead end, the end is near.
This is weird because a lot of these numbers actually have significance to me. The number 17, the number 343. I talk about 343 in my books even. You know, that's quite weird. How the hell she's put that on there? I thought that was quite mad. And then the 144 is the chosen few. I get assigned to that a lot. I get fed up being called the chosen. It's not that you're the chosen one, like the Messiah. It's like a group, many people, but very selected. But I hate it. I don't like being called with reference to it, but that's what that number represents. Yeah, that was quite interesting.
Toll end, bell end. Something's ending. Quite the finale.
Not sure she realised how rude that was, but...
So there's something's coming to an end. What's coming?
And a strawberry thing I found quite interesting because literally the only fruit I have in the house is strawberries in the fridge. So I was like, what? 17, 343, sear, 144, and a strawberry. Like, okay, that's strange. Oh, this is funny. This is what TikTok's all about. The grunting noise is a bit much, but this is hilarious. So you're watching this person just swaying left and right. You know they're drunk. And you're thinking, okay, what's going to happen to them? Well, they're probably going to trip. And this guy turns up. Straight in the bush. Just legs hanging out. That person couldn't even walk straight. All of a sudden, they're standing as still as you could, and that one's in the freaking bush. I watched this a few times, I kid you not. You had to just watch I was watching all the angles. First of all, I was watching her, then I had to watch him entirely. Oh, that's just great.
Hope in the herd.
Right, music. Oop. Oh, this one's off. Oh, I can't actually show that because I don't think their names are coming up. This one is my daughter. I have to turn the music off. So she likes to do that to music.
Hi, how you doing? We're about to find out. What do you need to know? Justice. You actually are, oh my.
So this is the ice stuff I've been talking about. Some parts in my content. You're seeing it everywhere now. I was even watching some lives before I come on today. I've been watching a few lives on TikTok. Nothing's kicked off yet, but you see it in Los Angeles where the police are like forming like a guard really underneath a bridge on the highway. But there's like they're completely outnumbered at this point, but you just know they're going to get reinforcements coming up behind them or something. And it's just, you don't know how that's going to play out. I saw someone hammering concrete off of the floor, off of one of the pavements to throw at police later. I thought that was a bit much. Like, it's going to get out of hand because it only takes one agitator to escalate things. But the amount of people that are coming out in force, it just shows, so people care about humanity. I know sometimes people just jump on situations just because they like to be involved in things and they just like chaos. But I think overall it's about standing up for your community,
A lot of people are talking about you right now, but like in a very kind way. Like they're seeing your talents or something. Like they think you're real sweet, you're real cute, cool. I don't know. Does that make sense?
I don't think that at all.
I don't know. But yeah. I think you have a very bubbly personality. It's sort of...
Because I'm blunt and I'm very direct, I naturally just think people see arrogance because confidence, I always say, confidence can be perceived as arrogance, and insecure people will naturally think that. And I think there's an awful lot of insecure people that watch content, and I just assume that most of the people watching my content are insecure, therefore I'm arrogant, and I just accept it.
Hey, my name is Sarah. This is Solar Sophia, Healing and Wisdom through Tarot. If you're new here, Sophia is the Gnostic goddess of wisdom. That's the goddess that I work with. In Gnosticism, she is the original divine feminine on the twin flame journey, and the twin flame journey is not what you think. It's not about union with somebody outside of yourself. First of all, you embody are sticking out in particular. The Eight of Wands. There's also this Ace of Swords right here, Queen of Wands, Seven of Swords, Nine of Swords. Okay. I don't ever want you to think that you like come off as too much or that you're like weird. I think that you have a fear of being judged, but
I don't care about being judged.
I don't think that you understand how people perceive you, because Page of Swords is overseeing all of this energy right here. Like when people first meet you.
Well, I don't care about being judged, but if I ever reference my daughter in a video, I turn comments off because I don't want to have to put people in their place if they're rude. And some people just overstep the mark. So if people see the comments are off, it's not that I don't like comments or I'm scared of comments. It's just that with her, I'm protective, so I'm not allowing it.
They're enamored is the word that comes to mind. They're completely enamored. There's something very sparkly and bright about you. Your essence, your aura, okay? It shimmers, it gleams. I don't know how to describe it. It's like one of those like energetic force fields, and you can kind of see it like, I don't know, shimmer? Doesn't make sense? But High Priestess, the Empress just slid out underneath her. Okay, you know who the fuck you are. You know who the fuck you are, okay? High Priestess, Empress, the Sun.
weird that she says that because the other video said the same thing. High Priestess, Empress. I get that a lot when I'm doing my tarot cards. I get a lot of the High Priestess and the Empress. So it just means you're in your feminine energy, really. And intuition strong, connection to source.
You don't know which road you're traveling on. It's definitely the less conventional one. But I think that you're making all the right steps right now, and you're in your head for no fucking reason, and you really don't need to be in your head for any reason. 8 of Wands with that 6 of Cups. Your playful side loves to come out, and that's so endearing. And I think that you're someone who's probably perceived as very youthful in energy, just because of how bright it is. And then we have the Ace of Swords with the Queen of Wands. If you knew how people perceive you, also stunning. You are like a work of art. Gorgeous thing, inside and out. But you, 7 of Swords, 9 of Swords. This is how people perceive you. And you're 7 of Swords, 9 of Swords. Queen of Swords. Get out of your own fucking head. Get out of your head. Easier said than done, I know. You gotta get out of your head. You don't need to be worried about anything else right now, because you are doing a great job. If you only knew. You gotta get out of your own head. You're not the old version of you. You're not the one that's trapped and stuck in Wands paired with the Ace of Swords too. I'm getting like constant epiphanies, quick moving energy where you're constantly learning and growing, evolving, because you're enlightened enough. If you live from wisdom and light, you have a higher calling to keep learning and growing and experiencing more. And a lot of those who are on the spiritual journey don't realize that the reason why you've experienced almost the extremes of life is because that's how you learn about the extremes. Consider yourself like a soulful scientist. Or something. But that's what I got for you. Get out of your head. Look at this. You're worried about how you're being perceived? I'm gonna show you. I could cry for you. This is beautiful. You're worried, but why? Do you know just how captivating you are? Ugh. My God. It's like you're a goddess incarnated or something. Or something. Take that lightly. Please go touch some grass. Go hug a plant. I got my plant. I hugged her today. She's about to flower. I wonder if she did. It's been
I think that's the part people don't see, really. Like I said, because they don't need to see that. Like, I have a stoic side. I have a very intelligent side. I have a very determined, direct side. I'm very introspective, so I'm always working on myself. I'm always finding new avenues of thought. Always challenge the status quo. I hate injustice. I've said all those things. I have a very like silly side, light side though. So as soon as something triggers a humor in me, it comes immediately. So even if I'm in the middle of being really serious, if something's funny to me, it's funny. I'm not like. So that's the thing. I think people just they naturally stereotype people, and like I can go from being really angry and really fed up to being happy in an instant. It's that, I don't hold on to things. I don't hold on to a feeling. It's like if something's funny, I'm amused. So I'll find it funny. I just thought that was funny. Like, I go and hug a plant. Like, what the hell? Oh, that's great.
And she's made some progress. Look at her. I don't know.
People like that you're really not afraid of your emotions. You're really not afraid to express your emotions, to like tell people about how you're feeling or show people how you're feeling. People love that about you. I also get the energy of someone that's not afraid to apologize, and people love this about you. I feel like it shows your maturity and how I feel like, honestly, it shows people that you have been through a lot of things. Like you have the gift of being able to step outside of a situation or step outside of yourself and not take things personally and take accountability for your own actions, as well as assessing everything else that's happened. And I think people people just really love and admire that about you. You also might be really creative and people love that, the way that you dress or just the things that you make. You might not even be creative in like physically making something or physically. People just love this. I keep saying people love this about you, but they do. This is what this reading's about. Again, there's this energy of not being afraid of your emotions and not being afraid to like move forward and move through things. It's not even forward, it's through things. It's like if there's a storm, you're going to walk through it because you know what something special is coming on the other side. People love that you're not afraid of the future. You maybe seem like no matter what, you have an optimistic view of the future, and you know that even if something is bad now, it's not always going to be that way. And people love this about you. You're just very in touch with yourself and your future and the things that you want to do and your creative side. So
I feel like that's how you connect and flirt with people, is just like they see that you can keep a conversation going. Like you aren't a boring person to talk with. You're a person who's very present, and again, I feel like you provide witty banter or specific input in a conversation to keep it going. And
all right, everybody. I don't do the whole breaking
This whole
news
30
thing
minutes. I did a
very-
video, last video, I think, or one of them was about the Insurrection Act, and I tagged this specific video in, so if anyone's interested, you can have a look at that.
In San Diego, ICE was raiding businesses.
I want to show this video because I think it's really important. Whether it's true or not, I think it's important. And it says, yesterday, ICE agents were in LA. My husband is a construction worker. Please stay 1 minute. We finally fix his immigration status. We need $4,000 to finalize his paperwork. It's been hard to save when we are barely getting by. Our kids need their father here. No, I'm sorry. These fees are chastising to people. The cost to get visas and the admin side of things, I don't think many people realize how unjust that is. You could say, well, just get it sorted. Like, why should you have to pay so much money to process an application? This isn't just America. The world is so corrupt. And unless you open your eyes to it and speak up, nothing changes. It's not right. People shouldn't have such a hard time to establish a life together, you know? It's just disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. So I absolutely stayed, and then I reposted and liked this video. And weirdly enough, if we talk about The Chosen, it's like 144,000 likes at the moment on that one. That's quite interesting. I don't know if you can see that. I could probably drag it over and you see, just on the likes there. But yeah, he seemed like a nice guy. That's what I'm saying. People are so quick to judge people and call them aliens or illegals. It's like, they're human beings. And he's a father and a husband. How can anyone take joy in separating a father from their family? You don't think they deserve to stay? This says a lot about people, you know.
In San Diego, ICE was raiding businesses.
You have people wondering what your story is. They can sense the main character energy. That's not up for debate. But they don't quite know what movie they're watching. That is fascinating. That keeps them hooked in. Can you feel that when you meet people? Their fascination with you. And it doesn't stop. It continues. And they go from one thing to another. They'll tend to think at first that, that you're starring in like, so basically a pretty basic rom-com where it's like the writing is obvious, a solid like 3 out of 5, where it's like there's the individual who is just kind of going through life, blasé, doing their thing, and then they meet the right person, and then they sort of like fall for them. Like, not that interesting, just kind of a love story with a fairly predictable plot. But then they very quickly learn with you that's not what's happening, hence the sense of the mystery. Let's take a look at that more. With the 8 of clubs and the reverse queen here, they do, okay, then there's the next period. They start to get damsel or mister in distress. They start to get, they do see something in your energy and they're like, oh, you need help, you need something. They see something about you that it's like a vulnerability that you expose, but it's not a vulnerability you expose because you literally are vulnerable or wounded. It's because you're authentic. Wow. Wow, now I'm seeing this. So other people are going to call you out and see you as someone who looks a little bit like, oh, like there's something going on with them. They're having a couple issues in life. They think you're like putting out a call for help, but you're literally showing up as you are. But because you don't hide, they'll project on you that you must be going through something. What you went through is in the past, actually. You're pretty much through that, but because you're open about your past, you're open about who you are, they're going to be, it blinds them because they're like, wait a sec, is this someone who's actually really healthy? Is this someone who's actually like flying? Because you are flying and you are healthy and you're open, and they don't expect that. And so all of a sudden they like, then the plot twists again because they're like, if this is not someone in distress, if this is someone who's just literally human and unabashedly showing their humanness, like, then who are they? And so then it shifts again. Oh my God, double ace. Ace of hearts and aces. So this is the first, this is a very emotionally sensitive, emotionally open card, open to a new feeling. And this card is deeper. This card is occult. This is where the truth comes in I was mentioning. They sense your ace of spades, and your ace of spades says, I'm here to be an open book. Your ace of hearts says, I'm ready to show you who I am and feel this with you. This is such a seductive combo. This is the combo of someone who really is open to a deeply authentic, raw love. And you know, now I'm getting the flavor of a passion. There is an intensely seductive quality because you put these two together. This is the only one coming to mind is Scarlett Johansson in some of her roles. Maybe on the male side, Johnny Depp before the last couple years, but there's other examples too. There's just like a rawness, definitely a rawness to this energy of like someone who's seductive and spicy and passionate, but real. And like they're laying it all out there. They're laying it all out there as to who they are. And it is intensely incredible. 2 more cards to keep telling you this picture. They can sense that the main character movie, the movie that you are in with your main character energy, they can tell that this is a journey and an odyssey. This is like a full story. It's not that you're self-centered, but a lot of people will start to see that any story you're in is going to have to be about a transformation because your life has become defined by transformation. And you've become someone who's kind of like seduced your way through your own life in the sense that you've flirted with life's obstacles and learned to take them on, hence your openness. So people, if they even make it to this point, will sense in you that you are like the ultimate like siren, seducer, seducing and getting seduced by the universe as you grow and learn and transform. It's like the movie you're in is so original, they wouldn't be able to call it out and like say what it is on the silver screen. It hasn't been written. And that's the ultimate place they get you. They cannot typecast you. They cannot pigeonhole you. They can't point to Rotten Tomatoes or IMDb and say, I found the movie that this person's in. They have to concede at the very end. The only movie this is in is the movie that is you.
I was getting huge goosebumps at the end of that. These are ones where like Americans have come to the UK and they've settled. It's really nice to see. I mean, so they put here, now 1 year into this 4-year journey, I can truly say it has been the greatest blessing of my family and me. Well, that's nice. Now from American, starting over in UK because even after 7 years of US Army service, my existence as a queer woman in the US is threatened on the daily. If you don't like it, then leave. Say less. So she left. And then they cut in a little bio over the side here. Just partly begin to explain the things told me on my last visit to Ohio. Things told to me on my last visit to Ohio, Florida. Even the most misogynistic men in this tiny UK village are against Trump. I love walking. I'm against Trump. I love walking down the street holding hands with a girl and not being cussed at. I thought that coming into the rural parts of any country would render me at a disadvantage to find belonging. I'm so glad I was wrong. Cheers to the future. I love fearlessly living a life for me. I thought, that's beautiful. That deserves a like. That definitely deserves a like. I said I was moving from the Los Angeles to the UK. Oh, like London. I mean, that is beautiful though, LA, isn't it? But I can see how that would get boring, the superficial. It'd be nice for a period. Like, I think I would always be calling home. I like the simplicity of England. I love the countryside. Like, too many people, they complain all the time, but it's like that's because they're stuck in the cities and they don't leave their hometowns. You get outside a little bit, you travel, and it's just so freeing. It's nice. And as beautiful as that is, I don't think it replicates that entirely. I think there's two different worlds. I think both are beautiful in their own unique way, you know.
No, I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up. No, I don't take shit. I got no love.
Me personally, I'm not sure about the farm animals. I'm not sure I'd want that to stink.
You guys.
American in it, Britain in the sun. Now, her example is the fact she's in Newcastle. Newcastle's incredibly far up north. So she mentions that it rains a lot and it's all the time. Well, where I am in the middle of England, it's not raining all the time. There's hot days and it gets very, very hot. Like it's like a wind sometimes. And again, that depends whether you live near the coast and stuff. Where I used to live, you used to get a nice sea breeze. Now it's very stuffy. It can get really unbearable at times. But again, you drive through the countryside in a nice sunny weather. I think it's one of the best feelings you can have.
I feel like England is such a different place when the sun is shiny. Like, everyone's just, like, so much happier. And,
Everyone
like,
is definitely
positive.
happier. Yeah, people do like to get out about. That's more the pub culture. Yeah. There's probably another American. I left America. Moved across the world, became someone new. I left America, started over in the UK, new culture, new systems, new identity. This is the real story of what that feels like.
Everything I knew in America. And here's what no one tells you about starting over in the UK. It's not just a move. It's a full identity shift. You're learning new systems, new phrases, even new ways to greet people. And suddenly, everything familiar is gone. Even the little stuff like how people queue or what grocery brands to buy. No one really tells you how long it takes to feel like you belong, or how comforting things like the NHS, quiet countryside walks, or even just sitting still can become. I'm an American mom, a PhD student, and I'm building a new life here in the English countryside. And it's messy and beautiful and worth every bit of it. I go live every week to talk about it all. Life abroad, the real stories, the culture shifts, everything. Follow star.hoss and drop a comment if you've ever felt like the outsider trying to find your place.
That's incredible, and the way I thought that was great the whole way through that. I think what to take from it though is that I think there's a place for home for everyone that you feel comfortable. And I think sometimes it's England for some people, it could be somewhere else for another. Like for me, I love England. I do. And it's nice to see other people, they have that interest too. And there'll be people who don't like England, they want to leave. It's like, by all means, just, find your happiness if you're not here. But if you just sort of stayed in one location and you just typecast the whole country as the same, you're just so naive. Get out of your hometown, travel a little bit, see more of the country before you determine that something. It's the same anywhere you are, even if you're in America and you're in one state. There's so many states to visit, so you can't judge something just based on one little thing. So yeah, it's just nice. I think it's not the fact they've come over to England. England's great, although it's nice to see that people do appreciate and respect it. It's just the fact that you start seeing people settling into a life that makes them happy. It's like, that's good that they had that opportunity. And again, you're getting people who are getting deported in America for doing exactly the same thing. Maybe they went undocumented. Maybe they had to do it a different way. But why are humans treated different depending on your color, depending on your privilege? A lot of time it is a color thing. It's not necessarily though, but it's like it is privilege though, and that's what pisses me off in all honesty around the world. Is that depending on where you're born and the opportunities that you're given, you have a different quality of life that sets you apart from other people, and I don't think that's fair. So when people sit on their high horse, I just think you're so far removed from reality. You don't even understand humanity. It's great people have this opportunity, but everybody should have these freedoms.
No, I know it's not love.
Oh, this made me laugh. I watched this about 4 times, I think, because I just couldn't help it. Because we all have that side of us that gets frustrated, gets angry. You get this where people are fake. They'll act like everything's sugar and roses. It's like crazy. Everything's a fairy tale. It's not life at all. Everybody gets frustrated. We have days when we're annoyed. This guy, especially with the Welsh accent, it's just too funny. We've all been there, or at least most people have, where you go out when the tide goes out, you start venturing out, so you lose that beautiful sand, and it starts to get into this quicksand mud situation. And it can escalate quite quick. And he's got this big stick, and just watch the other child just walking around on their own. But we've all been in this situation. It's funny.
Fuck! I can't get up. I can't get out. Careful! Right, get back. It's not funny.
This is chaos.
I told you.
Hey, look at this way.
I don't like it. Come this way.
You can hear the dad go, fucking hell. But she's throwing a hissy fit, but the problem is it doesn't matter if you throw a tantrum, you're still in it. You can't just get away.
Stick off back as soon as you see it. Go. Wash your hands in there, babe. No, buddy. Wash your hands in there.
No, it's not funny.
She's laughing her head off, the mum.
No, I know it's not love, but fuck! I can't get up. I can't get out. Careful! Right, get back. It's not funny now. I told you.
Hey, look at this way.
I don't like it.
Come this way.
So many dramatics.
Stick off back as soon as you see it. Go. Wash your hands in there, babe. No, buddy. Wash your hands in there.
No, it's not funny.
No, I know it's not.
The kid on his shoulders going, it's not funny, Dad. She's like sitting there just enjoying herself. Told you, I watched that a few times. I think it's great.
You are about to be rich, bitch. Excuse my language, but if you're offended by cussing, you're on the wrong channel anyways, because I am not the one.
I've always had signs of rags to riches, and I can't help but think I couldn't be any more rags.
Either way, you're about to be a millionaire. Everything in your life is about to change. If you've been wanting to break out of the 9 to 5, if you've been waiting for that right opportunity, the universe is about to hand it to you on.
Hi guys, it's your favorite American in the UK. I'm absolutely gutted to be late.
Trying to put on a British accent, that's great.
Guys, it's your favorite American in the UK. I'm absolutely gutted to be leaving this beautiful country. I'm leaving in a week, well, less than a week now, to go back to Florida. Cannot. How am I supposed to survive without Ribena? I want
Didn't she put in United Kingdom, I love you?
black currant juice and squashies. And I want to
Squashies are
eat whatever
sweet,
I want.
like
I've
candy.
eaten pizza dipped in mayonnaise every single day for the past 3 months. And drank beer like no other. And I've lost weight. What am I going to eat in America? And the fact that Jojo Siwa and I are both obsessed with the UK and in the UK at the same time, very odd parallel, but it makes me like her a little more. How am I supposed to get a proper cuppa for breakfast? And a bacon buddy? I just want a bacon butty and a cuppa. So
Bacon butty is a bacon roll or bacon sandwich.
I'm getting my dog and then I'm coming back. So follow along if you want to see me selling my shit.
So it's like she's relocating to England. Yeah, one of the other people I saw there at the beginning when they were doing the moving, they're actually moving near where I am because I read in the comments and I thought that's interesting. Oh, where have I shut it down? Oh, gone too far back. Oh, it's there, that one. So what's this one?
The only
Healing myself because my future husband doesn't deserve a version of me that someone else broke. And I've always said that about my journey. I've always felt like you can't meet your soulmate, the person you're supposed to spend the rest of your life with, if you haven't healed. First of all, they don't deserve that, and you wouldn't be able to handle it. You would ruin it because you're not ready. And that's been part of the motivation for me to heal, shed the layers. I was quite hot-tempered. I was fiery. I was incredibly stressed a lot a good few years ago. And I've just shed those layers away. And, we still have sides to our personality, but it's far more contained. I'm far more balanced, far more analytical. I see far more of my qualities. And it's like I'm ready, And so I absolutely get what they're saying. And it's nice to see other people just like investing in them. The people of Los Angeles barricaded ICE agents inside a federal building. Kind of funny how ICE agents suddenly don't like being illegally detained when they do it to everyone else. Yeah. Oh, this is great. Look at this. Look how cute this dog is. I'll watch it a few times. Oh, it's cool. It says he had when your partner walked to meet you at work and forgot to tell him you got a lift. Now, it doesn't say how long he walked, but that was nice. And then that poor little dog's been out in the rain. It's all spiky. That's great.
Happy Sunday morning.
It has come to my attention we have a Lego.
This one's interesting. So he's talking about Second Amendment, where people have weapons in America, and it's like, where are they on the streets with these riots? And it's like, because they're the ones those that do have the weapons are the ones that actually support the detainment of immigrants. So that's interesting, isn't it? That's kind of what he was getting at.
It has come to my attention we have a
I'm not going to watch all this because I thought it's quite funny. There's humour in it, and his comments showed that he was humorous. But it's just there's certain thing he said, and I just think it's great.
Lego storage crisis on our house. Some would say we have too much Lego for our house. I say we don't have enough house for our Lego. But fear
We don't have enough house for our Lego. What a great way to put it. So Gaza aid ship on fire after reported drone attack, and this isn't necessarily happening off the shore of like Israel. They're actually doing it far further into the Mediterranean, all like Malta and stuff. So this was an aid ship back in, I think, beginning of May. But it's a similar thing to that. Greta Thunberg's going. She's going to have to deal with something maybe similar to this. Crazy.
If you are in alignment with this message, I'm very excited to be the messenger to tell you, thank you, God, that you are going to be receiving your gift. You are going to be receiving clarity on the gift that you hold in this lifetime. It's going to come to you in the form of a day or two, but you are going to receive clarity and wash over you once you realize it is coming so soon.
So one of your best qualities is that you're not afraid to be a student, you're not afraid to learn, you're not afraid to like go after it, what it is that you want. You're very generous and giving. I also feel like this is in a work sense, or maybe at school, like you are not afraid to give the people around you, the people in your team, the people that you work with, like help and tips and trips and I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And people see this about you and they really like it. I feel like you have a really good community around you, or like people really feel like you're a community-based person and they really love that about you. I feel like your energy is really happy. It feels like look how happy these cards are. He's literally, yeah. And like I said, I feel like one of your best qualities is the fact that you're quite like youthful. You might not be physically young, but almost to the point where you sometimes doubt yourself. I feel like you don't know this, or you You don't realize this about yourself, about how smart you are, how intelligent you are, how sharp with your words you can be, but not in a bad way, like in a witty way. I feel like maybe to people that don't know you too well, or like maybe on a first impression, people might think that you're quite like stoic, not cold like in a bad way. You just might have, some of you might actually have like a resting bitch face. Like you just don't seem as like cheerful and like outgoing as you are. Like when people get to know you more, I feel like this quality really comes out and people really love that about you. Like it might not be like, you might not be really not helpful, that's okay, let me collect my thoughts. You might not be this really excited, joyous person until people kind of get to know you. You might have a bit of a front up, and then when people do know you more, like they can see how like warm and fuzzy you are on the inside, and it makes them feel happy. You make people feel special. So one of your best qualities is,
Hi, former National Guard member.
Why aren't more celebrities speaking
This is an important message. Why aren't more celebrities making statements about what's happening in Los Angeles? You start thinking, wait a minute, yeah, why aren't they?
about what's happening in Los Angeles right now?
We're living through unprecedented times right now, and the mainstream media.
So Aaron Parnas, I don't know if that's how you say his name. He's really good at delivering the news. So, and it's saying that there's people calling for him to be prosecuted just because he tells the truth and he's giving people the news. It's like, there's always suppression of content, isn't there? Censorship and things. It's just mad. Absolutely. He said he's just going to keep talking. And the same thing with this guy. Like between the two of them, they're very good at up-to-date news in America. And they're talking about the co-founder of his podcast. Is there people calling for their arrest? You know, it's like just want to silence anybody that's giving out information because they're reaching the masses. But the thing is, the journalists are not necessarily doing their job. This was a really good one. Remember your oath, because your oath isn't to the president; it's literally to the Constitution of America. So it's the foundation. So yeah, it's not necessarily if you've got a corrupt leader. It's like you do not just follow their direction if they don't have the right intentions.
An oath to a country. We don't take an oath to a tribe. We don't take an oath to a religion. We don't take an oath to a king or a queen or to a tyrant or a dictator. And we don't take an oath to a wannabe dictator. We don't take an oath to an individual. We take an oath to the Constitution, and we take an oath to the idea that it's America, and we're willing to die to protect it. Those values and ideas are contained within the Constitution of the United States of America, which is the moral North Star for all of us who have the privilege of wearing the cloth of our nation. It is that document that all of us in uniform swear to protect and defend against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
Anyway, I would say leave it there. Let me just see if there's anything on repost that I think we have, because sometimes the likes are the same as the repost. I would assume the reposts are exactly the same. Might be something else I reposted. No, I think it's all the same stuff, to be totally honest. Yeah, it's all pretty much the same stuff. We just go far enough back, we start seeing other content and things like that. If you want to see a funny video, I thought this is funny because obviously, look, to be taped there, they must have put themselves there. So it's like you can be a bit go for a bullying mentality, I guess, but sometimes you just got to lighten up and just say that was funny. Like that's funny. So let's
You ain't turn it, just push it. Just push it once. Oh, go backwards! I don't want to go backwards! I'm ripping!
I'm ripping. Jack's going, I'm ripping. What is Mum saying?
Oh, go backwards!
That's great.
I don't want to go backwards! I'm ripping! I'm ripping!
He says it's about to go again. Oh my god! Well, we'll probably leave it there. I like funny stuff too. So I like, obviously life is serious. So I think you have to be accountable. We have to be realistic, and we have to talk on things that are serious. But I mean, there's also like enjoy the lightheartedness. I would love to showcase this woman because I absolutely love the way she sings. It's so beautiful and controlled. You know, I don't really like loud music with people just making a racket or singing loud and obtruse. It's so delicate with her tone. I don't know if it'll let me. But I could listen to her all day. Like that is the most harmonious thing you could ever hear. I think like the voice of an angel. Like that's literally how I feel when I listen to her. Every single time I hear her, I'm like, God damn, she's great.
2 August ago, I told the truth. Oh, but you didn't like it. You went home. You're in your bed. I'm by the gate. How you go alone? Charm all the people.
I have to be careful of copyright strikes and blocking and stuff, but I'll listen to that on repeat sometimes because I just think it just takes you to a place, you know, you're like, this is the most beautiful thing I've heard. Incredible. And it's like, that just shows it's so more powerful than these people that are in your face, you know? It's just, I think it's incredible. This made me laugh. It's literally, I don't know if we're going to lose it if I click it. The dog did that. The dog did that. The dog's in the car, the driving seat. The dog knocked the gear stick. Made the car crash. That's great. Oh. This one here is not really worth watching, but there's a guy's turned up on it with his girlfriend's bike. Oh, we could show it, to be honest. I think it's quite beautiful. 5 minutes to go. You text your boyfriend that your legs are a bit tired walking home from training. So he's literally turned up on a bike, holding onto the other bike. Like, how uncomfortable that must be to do that. I think he's riding her bike. I think he rode her bike. Why didn't he just hold her bike while he rides his own bike? Oh, that's great. I don't think there's much else to show, to be totally honest. A lot of it tends to be a bit of music related. This one I liked. I remember most things. I'm not really someone that forgets. And it's inspiring. Not sure what my dream job is, but I want to race my motorbike, travel the world with my fiance, go for runs at 9 a.m, gym whenever, cook dinner in our camper van, all while getting paid. I'm going to take the music off just in case copyright and whatnot. Oh, wait, that's already my reality. It's like, oh, that's beautiful. Like, everybody has a dream and they're like living their dream. I think the crazy thing is a lot of people get jealous of other people's success, but I find it inspiring. And I thought that was actually really nice. I don't normally like trends because people go a bit of copying the template, if you like, but that one was nice. Oh, this was really nice. You live painting was exactly what you hoped for. So I think they take a photo in the moment, and then they go off and do this. This was incredible. It's just at a wedding. How amazing is this? You can see what he said. Holy shit. What the fuck? That's what he just said. How mad is that? Talent people have, man. That's what I say. Everybody's got their own talent. It's no point trying to mimic someone who's trying to live someone else's life, their dream. It's good to live your own dream. Oh my God. How the hell you do that? It's beyond me. That is great. Yeah, it's pretty good. And I think to do it in such a short time as well. That's nice. Just seeing the picture there. I'm not everything I want to be yet, But I'm a lot of things I wanted to be 2 years ago, and what a wonderful thing it is to realize that. Oh, yeah, that's nice. Because, if you're healing, you are healing, and you're always evolving. So, yeah, you're definitely a different version than before. So, so that applies to me too, This young woman I think she's got a very nice voice as well. I wouldn't know which one to pick. Obviously, that one's got a lot more views on that one.
Lose control. There's nothing I can do anymore.
Mad talent these people have. So I like her quite often because I think her voice is great. So again, another video comes up, you're like, she's incredible. Look at this one. I think I just don't stop reposting this one. She's so great. Like I've got 4 in a row here, pretty much.
I'm not ready to be just another of your mistakes. Don't wanna let the pieces fall out of place. I was only just a breath removed from going to waste. Till I found salvation in the form of your grace.
God, she's good, isn't she? She's incredible, man.
I'm sorry I'm here for someone else. It's good to see your face, and I really hope you're doing well.
When you think of people and you think, like, you see a lot of famous people and you just think, I wonder, I don't get it, but, it's not for me to judge. Then you see certain people and you can think, like, I'm literally witnessing a star. And, I've done that. I've seen that with a few people. I sort of recognize some talent in some people, but this one here, you got Adele singing in arenas and her voice is incredibly good. But why the hell is this one not on stage? Surrounded by so many people who just stop still and listen. I don't know. She deserves everything. She really, this one, yeah, because she makes me stop. It doesn't matter what mood I'm in. It doesn't matter how frustrated I am in life. I stop still and I just listen.
I hope you're doing well. I'm sorry I'm here for someone else. I wish that I could stay and talk at the bar all by ourselves.
God damn, she's good.
Lift me up, hold me down, keep me close, safe and sound, burning in a hopeless dream. So save me from my misery. I drown in this uncertainty. Just tell me that it's all in my head. I was ready to fall in love with somebody somebody like you. I was holding on for far too long, 'cause nothing more that I ever knew. I'm still.
Well, I'm leaving it on her because she's just mental. She's mental good. Once I finish this video, I'm going now anyway. Once I finish this video and I've uploaded it, I'm listening to her for a bit, probably on repeat for the next 20, 30 minutes. I'll go through the songs, they're like a minute long, but I can just listen, man. Her voice is beautiful, and I just think that's someone, absolute talent. It just shows, I think what's so incredibly beautiful about it is you don't have to be in people's faces. You don't have to over-exaggerate something. She just typifies elegance on so many areas that I just find incredibly beautiful. She's not over-glamoring herself. She's just being raw, and I just think that's so beautiful, And to have that talent, that control of her voice. And I think that too. Like, I never comment because people say similar things to what I would say, and it's like I don't normally comment on videos, and I felt like you just wanted to know, and I think she already knows. But like if you go on the comments over here, someone put how beautiful you sing with your soul, and I'm thinking that's exactly what I'm thinking. She's put thank you, and I'm thinking it's important she sees that. This was amazing. Maybe she doesn't get as many comments as she probably should, but I'm always reposting. I don't know how many followers she's got now. Let's go over to check. 41,000. She should go viral. I have no doubt she will. people with that talent don't go hidden for long or forever. So she's got some that really pout really high, but I think she should have a lot more, because I see people with less talent, without being rude. You know, everyone has talent, but there's levels, and she epitomizes levels for sure to me. Yeah, I just think that's so going to waste, not being able to be on stage.